This is one of those jobs that started out looking like it was going to be easy because the washer nozzles weren't working properly. The one on the driver's side was just dribbling out a couple of drops, while the one in the rear wasn't working at all. So I opened up the bonnet and it was just a loose tube, and I thought that's going to be easy to fix. I'm going to get myself a cable tie and just do it up. I had one cable tie, and then as I was doing it up, it snapped. The entire tube snapped off at a point where it was stuck to the bonnet. It was attached using this little thing. So this tiny little job suddenly gained a whole new dimension. Anyway, I had to fix it. So I found some of this tube that was from a previous job when I fixed the tube that feeds water to the rear washer nozzle, and I've got myself some glue. I had to go and buy that, some more cable ties because I only had one, and yeah, I'm going to see if I can fix it now. Now you can see here how it's dangling down. That's where it broke off, and you can probably also see it's not very visible, but every time I use the washer nozzle it probably drenched the engine in washer fluid. Not a very good outcome. I'm going to have to wait for 24 hours. I think it's 24 hours. Yeah, 24 hours. So basically I won't be able to activate the washer nozzles until 4:20 tomorrow. So first of all, apologies for the absolutely awful conditions I'm filming in. Either I have light or privacy, never both, unless I'm in the countryside. But then there I don't have the materials I need. You just can't win. Anyway, if I activate the washer nozzles, washer fluid will spurt out of here. Let me see if I can do that. I will only know if that's visible in the edit. So, water is coming out of somewhere, because it's all wet here now, and it shouldn't be. So I'm going to take off this plastic bit here. I'm going to remove these screws. These are made of plastic, and they're inserted into these, whatchamacallits, I forgot the name. By the way, I gaffer taped this to the body so it would stop rattling. I don't know where the rattling comes from. Didn't fix it. God, this is high production quality. You don't get this on other channels. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the tube and then put, there we are, there, can you see that? Is that visible? That's where it's coming out from. So I'm going to cut the tube there and then I'm going to envelop it. Yay much should do. There we are. Next step is to put this back. Now just another 24 hours to see if, well, I have to wait for the silicone to cure, to set, whatever, and only then will I be able to test it. It's worse than it was before. Focus, please. There, you can see that. There, new hole. Now the real sucky thing about this, and again apologies for the sound, just can't get it right, it's on the bend. So what I'm probably going to have to do is like cut bits out and replace like an entire section of tube with this transparent tube. But the thing is, this tube might fold. So what I mean is, you've got this tube. Now, if I begin to bend it, it folds. It might not be very visible, but the internal diameter basically goes to nothing. Now, imagine this in a closed, with a bonnet closed, the water's not going to pass. What to do? The tube that's in the car, which is the same as this, does not fold. It keeps its internal diameter. That's what I meant. By the way, this is from the fix I did on the rear washer nozzle of my original C5 Tourer 5 years ago. I don't throw anything away, and thank goodness I don't, because now this has come in handy. So what I am going to do is put this inside this tube, cut out an equivalent section of this tube on the part that's, you know, not working. That includes yesterday's fix. Just cut it all out and put this and some overlapping tube on either side, and fingers crossed that should work. I'm not going to film it because, well, you've already seen how to replace, you know, bits of tube with this, and I'm in a rush. That's what it looks like. If it works, that's all I really care about, even if it does look like it's bodgery. Keeping this though, because you never know when it might come in handy. Now, something not too good that happened was this here, it had a sleeve, and the sleeve fell out and fell somewhere into the innards of the car. So I've got the screw here in my pocket. There it is, but no sleeve. So I'm going to go for extreme bodgery. Now, levels of extreme, even Mr. Hubnut would wince. Look, a wood screw. Bodgery Extreme Edition. There we are, a wood screw. Now, even by my extremely low standards, this is dreadful. I tried to use a trim clip, but it was just too big for this hole. So I'm going to try and source another screw. Besides, probably the fact that it's plastic is because this is subject to a lot of humidity and it will rust. So I'll have to do something about that. Either way, we're still nearly 24 hours away from me being able to test this. I want the silicone to set first. As far as bodgery goes, that's pretty bad, the wood screw in a bonnet. But I think I've seen worse. You know, you see on YouTube videos, people like using cable ties, plastic cable ties, to hold exhausts in place. But yeah, I want to know what's the worst kind of bodgery you've done. Leave a comment below, please, because I think I'd love to read it, and I think most viewers as well. We'd love to share those stories with each other. That would be brilliant. Thank you in advance. So it's a horrible day, and I've got to film this because it's 4:14, and basically we're very close to the winter solstice, just over a month off. So let's see how the nozzles behave. Oh yes indeed, that's superb, that's superb. Oh god, let's do it again. Look at that, beautiful. So it worked, that means it worked. And also, yeah, the headlight washer nozzles also work. I'm gonna have a look at that. Well, we'll see, my bodgery worked. It worked, thank goodness for that. What would be nice if the rear washer nozzle worked. No dice, nothing. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Thankfully the front washer nozzles work like a dream. The rear one does not work at all, but I'll have to address that some other time. I've already gone and had a look, and the tube, at least the good thing about having a transparent tube is you can see if there is washer fluid flowing through, and it's bone dry. So the blockage is somewhere up front. Maybe the pump's gone, I don't know. Either way, I'll have to address that in the future, as I've already mentioned. So hopefully this video is useful to anyone who's watching. It's a good way of fixing broken tubes without breaking the bank. You know, the whole cost of everything, I don't know, the silicone was €2, that tube was about €1, and of course the cable ties, I've got a packet of them for €1.25. Local prices in Portugal in late 2024, of course, but I kind of doubt it'll be much more expensive in other parts of the world. So I hope you liked the video. If you want to see more on washer nozzles, namely how to unblock them, then click on the video above. And if you want to see how I fixed my rear washer nozzle tube the first time around, then click on the video below. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you subscribe and share and like and all of that stuff. I bid you all farewell.